Wait, what do we got? What do we got? Rain Parade.
Well,
We can't be talking about new Rain Parade. They haven't released anything since 1985's Crashing Dream as far as studio recordings go.
well, my friend, today is a day for new starts.
Nice.
And yeah, so I think I'll let our listeners in on what we're going to do today.
Please.
So, as you may or may not know, Jeff and I took a little road trip with his beautiful wife, Chris, and we went to the UK. And
Yes.
Jeff, Chris, and I, we saw this wonderful tour, which was uh, an acoustic rain parade opening for Dream Syndicate. And Dream Syndicate had an amazing guest guitarist along with them because Jason Victor was not able to make these dates. But someone stepped in and filled those very able shoes that Jason left behind. The one and only Vicky Peterson. So I know.
A Paisley
So
Underground Dream.
it was a Paisley Underground dream team. We were missing members of the 3 o'clock to make it a full, potential dream team. But this was pretty great.
Indeed.
And one of the benefits of being there, not only was it seeing great live music, traveling, meeting new friends, fans of our podcast, and very obvious and zealous fans of the bands.
Yes.
But we were able to get our grubby little hands on some new music.
Yes.
And what we know is that Rain Parade has an upcoming album this year. We know it's going to be released this year. Date TBA. And the upcoming LP is Last Rays of a Dying Sun. And
title.
Yes. And what we were able to get was one of these. A CD with 4 tracks. So it was 3 that are definitely included and 1 bonus track.
Mm.
So, Jeff, I went on way too long.
No.
So Jeff and I decided that we're going to approach this like everyone else, and we're going to do a first listen with all of you. It took a lot of will and patience because Jeff had to wait for me to be able to speak without coughing, thanks to La Corona. But we're here, we're ready. First listen, Rain Parade. Let's dive in. Hi, this is Soraya.
And this is Jeff.
Our podcast is called Paisley Stage Raspberry and Rhyme.
A podcast where the two of us play music that we like and share anecdotes and background about the tunes.
We hope you'll join our conversation. And without further ado, a grooviar.
Let's get groovy. All right, Soraya. I have a question for you before we dig into this. So I prefer not to have expectations when I listen to something new, but it's hard not to. Do you have any expectations for these new songs? Like I said, this is the first new studio recordings from Rain Parade proper since 1985's Crashing Dream. Do you have any expectations going into this?
My only expectation is, in all honesty, is I'm expecting to get my ears blown out of my head with some really cool guitars. That's, in all honesty, that's all I'm expecting. I'm coming in pretty much as a blank slate.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to approach it. For me, I am definitely not expecting Emergency Third World Power Trip.
Oh.
I'm not expecting Crashing Dream or Explosions in the Glass Palace. but I would imagine that it would be closer to something like the Helene's I Love You All the Animals, or Matt's the Helene's CD, or even maybe some of the Viva Saturn stuff mixed in. But yeah, like you said, the best approach is to come in with a clean slate. We've heard two of these songs, Soraya, because they
Yes.
played Sunday's Almost Gone from here, and then Happy to Leave. And then we also heard a song, Share Your Love, which is not
Yes.
we don't have a recording of that yet, but that was a fabulous song that we understand is going to be on the album. And we're hoping that everybody will have the album in their hands by the end of summer, but like you said, it's TBA. We don't know. We don't know. And we did learn that the gentleman who signed Rain Parade to Enigma back in the day, Bill Hine, is very instrumental in getting us physical format of these releases. So,
Right.
and one thing I did want to share, Soraya, that we were privileged to see some early artwork for the album. And in addition to getting the 4-song CD EP, we also picked up the vinyl single of Last Rays of a Dying Sun, and another song that will be on the album, Forgetfulness, which we're not covering today. We're just going to cover this. But you can see kind of there's a theme going on here. We know that for those that follow Matt Piucci on the social media, he's a little bit of a fan of space, outer space, space travel, planets, which, by the way, we saw a cool solar system lineup last night, Chris and I. So 5 planets and the moon. So that was a cool sight just after sun. Well, anyways, so the artwork that we saw definitely coincides with these two pieces in their cover. So we were privileged to see at least a mock-up of what it could possibly be. So anyways, it'll look something like this, a little bit, some brighter colors, I think, is what they were looking at. Anyways, that's about all we know, Sarai. I think there's like 10 to 12 songs we learned. So between the 3 that we heard and a couple that we're listening today, we'll probably know 5 of these
I
ish
would say
by
so.
the time it comes out. But I'm ready. I've been dying to listen to this, right? And honestly, I've held out, but there was a couple times where I was like, she'll never know if I listen to these. So,
And let's be honest, I would never have known, but and I do want to add one little note. Rain Parade, not only did they offer the single that Jeff showed, they offered the CD on this UK tour, but also they offered a re-release of
what she's done to your
What She's Done to Your Mind. Do you have that handy?
I've got it stored over
Oh,
there.
okay. And mine is in another room because I didn't think I was going to talk about it.
Yeah.
So there were 3 things, and we were really happy to see that being offered. But and as Jeff mentioned, Bill Hine has brought a lot of energy into not only this release, but kind of I don't know, maybe like next steps forward for the band. And so it was really great to hear that, and encouraging, and we're looking forward to this album. So okay, Jeff, let's stop talking and let's start listening. So it is important for us to note that based on credits, and I mean anyone who follows the band online knows the lineup that we're listening to: Matt Piucci, Stephen Roback, John Thoman, Stefan Hunka, and Derek C. They are the Rain Parade that we're listening to, and that's put this album together. And we've been really excited watching and listening to all the updates on social media. So, okay, Jeff, first track, what is it?
This is the title track, Last Rays of a Dying Sun, also on the single.
Yes.
And we should mention, I don't know if these are available outside of the tour yet. I imagine they'll put at least the single up on Bandcamp. We don't know. But as far as I know, they're not available, right? To the general public.
Right now, it seemed like it was
Tour only.
it was a limited pressing, and it was specifically for the tour.
Okay,
But we'll ask, and any information we have, we'll share.
absolutely.
But I would have to imagine that, this CD would become part of some sort of at least a digital download,
Yeah, yeah,
if
yeah.
nothing else.
So that's a long way of saying the title track, the first song that we're listening to is Last Rays of a Dying Sun, which is the title track. So we don't know anything about it other than it's the title track, and it's the first song on our selections of the LP CD. I say we spin it.
Let's go.
I picked up the loaded dice, threw them only twice, watched it all fall down, built it right back up. I threw away my gun. Miracle is won in the rays of a dying sun. Last rays of a dying sun. She flew out the golden door. We begged and we cried for more. Lost her in the room. She flew right back again. We let her down too slow to the crumbling below. Now she's gone with all the fun in the rays of a dying sun. Last rays of a dying sun. Turn down the sound on the things that bring you down. Turn off the sun. It's too much for anyone. Turn up the love, 'cause it just might be enough. World beautiful, 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 save me. I picked up the loaded dice, threw them only twice, watched it all fall down, built it right back up, let her down too slow to the crumbling below. Now she's gone with all the fun in the rays of a dying sun. Last rays of a dying sun.
Okay. Wow, I got a lot of notes.
Oh, well, all I gotta say is if your expectations were to hear some killer guitars,
I
were,
heard it.
was your expectation met?
100%. First of all, I'm really I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to say it in musicalese. So you help me. But all I wrote down is really cool steps where boom, go up, down, up, down, up, down. There's these cool shifting of pacing and rhythm in this song that I'm liking.
Mm-hmm.
And I wrote down wants to settle down and be vibey, and then rocks. Because it has like these cool moments, like I heard that Vox, I hear sitar, I hear all these things, and then the guitar just comes in, and it just no, we're not gonna go there. We're gonna go here. What do you think?
Yeah. So I mean those are the things that we love about Rain Parade, right? And it sounds like it's if I heard this and there were no singing, right away I would know it was Rain Parade. It just has those key elements. It starts off with that guitar, and I'm assuming it's Matt using the whammy bar, and making that vibrato similar to No Easy Way Down. That
Right.
such a great sound. And then they have those scales that you kind of like an Eastern feel that it's just totally I don't know, totally Rain Parade. And so I'm hearing all of those like right off the bat. But yeah, I mean the dynamics in the song are just so cool. So and then you have that little bridge, which I'm calling the Steven part, where Steven comes in and singing because it's primarily Matt singing, right? And then you hear those sitars coming in, and it's like we don't know if this is a lead off track on the album, but it's the lead off track on the CD EP. And man, what a great way to start. It's just uh they're just coming in hard like right from the beginning. But you're right, I mean it's going all over the place. And as far as the arrangement, and that's something that's key to Rain Parade. So I love it.
You and I live for these moments where people just go off and jam. And in the right after the bridge, we've got that really cool solo. And me with my dumb non-musical brain, I'm like, he's picking because I hear ding, 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 it just sounds too fine and like rapid. Was he picking?
I'm
Then it's like blah, 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 blah. I know I'm like I'm an
yeah,
idiot speaking about trying to describe things I'm hearing.
yeah,
But I don't know, that guitar work just sounded really finessed.
yeah,
And I really like that solo. But these are the things that you and I talk about with regards to Rain Parade. When they just kind of start going off and they weave it into the song and they bring you in, it's really a treat for the ears. And one of the things I think that got lost here in our discussion, the harmonies, Jeff. And you said it at the beginning. I think I'm gonna get something different than Emergency. I'm gonna get something different than Crashing Dream. The vocals on this are so different
yeah.
than those albums. Yes or no?
Yes, it's 100%. Yeah,
There's this smoothness, this I don't know, but the one thing you and I have talked about, we love the harmony between Matt's voice and Steven's voice. And it's here too.
yeah,
And then it's got all these other cool layers on top of it. If this isn't the lead off track, I'm dying to know where it is in the sequence.
yeah.
Because this is a strong start.
Yeah. Yep. I could see this as a closing track too, some along the lines of No Easy Way Down.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, if they're starting with this, it's like they're coming on hard. And I should also mention, according to the credits, that Thoman and Derek also do some vocals. So I don't know Yeah, I don't.
Probably everybody.
Yeah,
We're just not picking it out. It was a first listen. Cut
yeah,
us some slack.
exactly, exactly.
But I like this track. I
Yeah,
like it.
me too. Me too. Right off the bat, too. And
Yes.
that's the tricky thing about first listens. Like sometimes songs take a while to grow on you. I mean, naturally, I think I've learned like throughout the years that your brain adjusts and grabs onto things, and then familiarity makes could change like your view. So this is like you said, this is just our first listen, but right off the bat, I'm loving this one.
All
So
right, Jeff.
where do
So
they
I
go?
gotta ask, was it worth the wait?
Oh, it was definitely worth the wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We give our stamp of approval. This is
Yeah.
great.
Indeed, indeed.
Okay,
So
so the next track
yeah, where do they go
is
from there?
Couldn't Stand to Be Alone.
All right.
Turned a blind eye. Didn't know you would cry. Didn't wanna be alone. Couldn't stand to be alone. You watched it all die. You bought every lie. Didn't wanna be alone. Couldn't stand to be alone. Didn't wanna be alone. Didn't wanna be
Wow. So that's a totally different vibe than the previous track, but very, very Paisley for sure. Like definitely had that 60s vibe with that vibrato on that guitar, and those stalls in there are so cool. It's like, wait, yay! It's like if they did it live, everybody starts clapping, and then the band starts back up, and they're like, "Oh, the song's not over." But some cool stuff going there. What did you think?
I thought the same thing. Towards the end, I don't know, about a minute and a half in, this song is only 2 minutes, 32 seconds. But after about a minute and a half, they 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 shift out, and then you hear this pause, and then the box comes in,
Yeah,
and then they go back again. That was the coolest thing, that shift
yeah,
but yeah, very soft, vibey guitars, like that sort of reverby, echoey feel.
yeah,
This is that vibey song. Uh, and it again, like you said, it's Rain Parade, but a different Rain Parade.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, it's things that we've it's not what we've heard before, but there are elements of their sound that are definitely there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's I wouldn't say it's a band reinventing themselves, but I
No.
would say it's a band that's matured. I don't know if that's the right
I,
word.
I think, you know what, that's fair. And I think also they're not. We talked recently to Sid Griffin. He says, it's not like beating the dead horse. The same song over and over. But it's like an evolving sound. And that's what I think they're giving us here. This is Rain Parade, but it's a different branch or a different evolution of Rain Parade. And I like it.
I like it too.
I like it too. And so we had that first track, which is just like, it blows out the speakers on all ends, and then it brings us back in, kind of like a reset. And again, one more time, Matt Pucci, Stephen Roback, lyrically, they write a good song. I've been like feverishly trying to write down the lyrics, but I'm too busy listening and enjoying it.
Yeah.
And then that paired with, they've given us these really cool instrumentations and visions for the song.
Yes.
These musical visions for the song. This is a good song. This is a really good song.
Agreed. And we should note at this point, it's no surprise, but produced by Jim Hill, who's practically a member of the band. We met Jim at his studio a couple of years back, and I seeing the things that he showed us in the studio. You can definitely hear his influence here too. So it's the production that's great, I think.
Now let me ask you a question. Yes, Jim is like the 6th or 7th, Rain Parade member. But is it me, or do these sounds really sound a lot more vibrant?
Yeah.
When I think back to Emergency Third Rail, when I think back to Crashing Train, there's something here that is different to me, and I don't know if it's how Jim is engineering it, I don't know what it is, but this sound is so vibrant, and the vocals, everything, it's just elevated.
Yeah. And I don't know if that's production. I know I'm pretty sure that they use some of the same equipment.
Yeah.
From back in the day. I think Matt's had the
different
same
sound.
guitar for decades, but yeah, and we know that Derek brings in a lot of instrumentation, and we've talked to Matt several times about what Derek brings too. But I hear what you're saying. That some of the sounds are it's I don't know how to describe it, but it's I think a lot of that is in the production too, and maybe the studio and how it's mixed and mastered. But definitely Rain Parade, and I'm digging it already, even first listen.
I'm in. Whew. Okay, Jeff. We're only at track 3 now, and now I want the whole album.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so track 3 is Sunday's Almost Gone. All right, let's hit it.
I'm a little bit down, but I don't care today. My Sunday's almost gone, don't it always seem to be that way? Wednesday come around, she gonna make me feel okay. My mind is gonna keep me happy while you're away. It's a little bit strange that I could feel this way. I guess it's up and down, don't it always seem to be the same? I only hope that time will bring some color back to this place. nothing's wrong. I know Sunday's almost gone. Keep me happy like nothing's wrong. I know Sunday's almost gone. Trying to remember what it was that I didn't do. Everything I wanted, you just made it all come true. Something's really nothing if it just don't see you through. My mind is gonna keep me happy, gonna keep me happy. My mind is gone, but I'm still happy till I see
I
All right.
love this song.
You do. All right. All right.
Okay, so let me tell you what I like about it. Again, there's a lot that I like about it. It's a very sweet song. It's a very melancholy, very sweet song. And then we've got these cool harmonies, this way, happy. Freaking love that. But then you've got this, like, you think the song is going this way. Then you hit that interesting bridge, that cool shit. And then it goes whoop. And I can see Stefan Honka just banging away on those drums. The guitars pop in and they give us a different dimension to this song. You think it's going to be one way and they shift it around. The lyrics on this song are really good and sweet, and they tell us this great story. But I like the guitars on this.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. I mean, it's almost like there's like it's a few different songs or a couple different songs, because the beginning is not typically what I would hear in a Rain Parade
It's like
song.
a pop song.
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of thinking like later Beach Boys era stuff, maybe. And then the second half you get, okay, this is Rain Parade. Like, but yeah, totally different vibe. I'm digging it.
Look, they're showing us this breadth of just expression throughout this whole, in 3 tracks. We've heard 3 different directions.
Oh yes. Yep.
And it's cohesive. It comes together. One of the, please inform me. It sounded like a steel guitar in the bridge, but I know that wasn't it. It had to have been a pedal or an effect.
Yeah. I didn't hear like a
Well,
steel guitar, but
it felt to me, but
yeah.
everybody who's listening knows that I don't know nothing about nothing.
Yeah, if
just
it
how
was
it
there, yeah, if it was there, I didn't pick up on that, but it definitely has that kind of vibe to it for sure.
look, the song starts out, and I wrote down, sounds like a pop song.
Yeah.
But then they throw in the guitars. They throw, the drums come in, and I start hearing different things, and they start to take me in a different direction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the lyrics, gonna bring some color to this place. My mind is gonna keep me happy. And then in the chorus, this is what I wrote down. Keep me happy like nothing's wrong. Happy. I know Sunday's almost gone. And a little later on, I'm trying to remember what I didn't do, everything I wanted, I think the rest is everything I wanted I got with you, but and then the last line, keep me happy till I see you.
Oh.
It's just a warm embrace of a song.
Yeah.
And the arrangement evokes that, and it's like wrapping you in a warm hug. But those guitars, you can't, and then once again, like, you think it's going to stop, and then they go,
Yeah.
it pause,
Yeah.
and then the guitars kick in, the drums kick in, and everything is just painting this very different picture.
Yeah. So you remember the song when we saw them in Glasgow? They did this both nights. So, is it different than what we heard as an acoustic? Yeah.
Because I liked it then,
Mm-hmm.
and we heard it. I mean, it was super stripped down.
Yep.
And I still liked it, and it's a very earnest song. It's a very honest song. And then hearing it now, I'm like, oh wait, this takes it into a different direction, and I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, right now we're 3 for 3.
Yeah.
I'm kind of digging it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're also showing us a lot of growth too. Like, this is a different expression.
Yeah. Yeah. And I wonder how intentional picking these 3 particular tracks were.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think we're gonna have to call Matt Pucci and ask.
Yeah, definitely.
But if this is any indication of what that album is, give me that album.
Yes. Yeah.
And I can't believe you and I waited this long. Damn you, coronavirus.
I know.
But anyways,
all right. Last song on the
last
CD
song
here. Yep. So this one is not going to be on the album, right?
Right.
Okay.
As far as we know.
Yeah. I mean, it's listed as, I don't know if you can see it, but as a bonus track. Yep. And we know this is a Steven song, or at least he sang it primarily at the shows in Glasgow. So.
And the one last thing I want to note, last year when we spoke with Matt Pucci, he said that they had lots of songs.
Yeah.
And he said, like, we've brought it down to a group of, I'm throwing out the number 12, but I'm probably wrong. But he said we've brought it down to a number that we're happy with, and da-da-da. And you go, if this is a bonus track,
yeah,
does that mean more material, an extra something or other somewhere? I hope so.
Yeah, I think the discussion we had, there was like 16 to 18 tracks, and Matt was saying, do we do a double album? Do we do an album and an EP? Something along those lines.
Yeah.
And
Jeff and I love a double album anyways.
Yes, it is.
But so hopefully we'll hear more of these bonus tracks. And we're hoping more live dates so we can hear more of this live, because what we heard in Glasgow, and additionally you heard in Liverpool, was great. And it was just 2.
Yeah, just the acoustic version.
And in Glasgow we had the extra special edition on one song of the great Dennis Duck.
Yes.
But to hear this whole lineup busting through these songs, I'm ready. Yeah. All right. Last track. Happy to Leave.
All right, here we go.
never ends. Up so far, you could never fall. Go on alone, we're all behind you. Hear the strings play and sing. It don't mean a thing. Play and sing. Happy to leave. It don't mean a thing. Play and sing. Happy to leave. When you're a cloud, days last forever. Up so far, you can never fall. It don't mean a thing. Play and sing. Happy to leave.
Wow. So this was the song that they opened the sets with in Glasgow. And oh my gosh, Raya. This it's got a little bit of a broken horse vibe at the broken horse at the end rocks, but I really, really like this song a lot. Um the it's got a great vibe, and I love Steven's voice too, as well as Matt's, but it's just it's very heartfelt, very touching. It's got um kind of a Floyd-ish vibe
Ooh.
to me, I'm hearing, but I really like the production, and I love the drumming and the bass on this quite a bit. There's some really interesting things that I guess Steven Hunka is playing. But some of those the little drum things that he's doing are fantastic, and it's got like an open room kind of production quality to it. I know sometimes, like with recording, they'll mic up every instrument separately, and sometimes with some recordings they'll put like just mics in a room and it'll pick up like the vibe of the room. But there's something about the production of this that I especially like, and it totally fits the song, that has just that warmth to it, and just a cool vibe. What are your thoughts?
Well, you and I think, are sharing a brain cell today because I wrote the same thing down. I wrote down there are echoes here, or roots of broken horse in here, and this song transported me back to being in Glasgow
Mm.
and seeing them on stage, because this song, when they would play it, and it opened the 2 nights that I was there, it opened both nights. Um, it draws you in, like you're not exactly sure where it's going, and it brings you in. And again, I think I agree with you. The recording, the arrangement of this song, there's something that it feels, like this kind of very open space, and you're picking up all the sounds, and it's all collecting into this one entity. Steven's vocals, you and I can't say enough. And I had a couple of minutes to chit chat with him and in Glasgow, and I told him as much. Jeff and I just love your vocals, and I do. And I like this song a lot. It is this vibey song. And if you think of the sequencing, 4 songs, hard, soft, hard, soft. But still, no song copies the one before it.
No.
And there are no clones here. They're all very separate. And they come together very nicely. I like the songs. That the guitars, I wrote down, the guitars feel gritty. And I think it's because it breaks this kind of very vibey mellow tone. And then when the guitars come in,
The lead guitars you're referring
yeah,
to.
the lead guitars, it just feels gritty. It's like it's breaking it up, but not in the sense to like destroy it.
Yeah.
Lifts it. I can't explain it
Yeah.
appropriately,
But
but on a first listen, it's a really cool track because it's so different than the ones that preceded it.
so you have those gritty, fuzzy guitars contrasting this really pretty acoustic, clean guitar, and it's that contrast is, and it's Steven and Matt, right? So you got this really pretty acoustic guitar that Steven's playing, and then Matt's coming in, and let's uh comment about how cool like Matt's backing vocals are on the song, and even live, it was cool. It was totally different vibe live because it's just the two of them and without any effects, it's just there right in front of our faces, right?
It's
But
pure.
yeah,
It's pure and unadulterated. It's just straight.
yeah,
And then you add in the rest of the band. I mean, there are all these musical layers in what seems to be a very simple song, but it's not.
yeah,
It's got lots of pieces to it. I can't wait to hear this song with full band.
yes, yeah. Because we heard it twice with just the two of them.
And it was beautiful.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
It was beautiful.
Yeah,
And there was another song that we heard that, you know, it really draws you in. And like both nights I heard the same song and I cried both
yeah.
nights. Like, it
Share
was
your love. Yeah,
beautiful.
yeah,
Share your love.
yeah,
But Jeff, I'm happy with what I'm hearing.
yeah.
And now I'm greedy because I want the rest of it.
Yeah, this is a little tease, a little appetizer to carry us through till
Wow.
whenever. I have an unfair question for you.
Please go ahead.
Favorite of the 4 after the first listen? That's really unfair.
No, but it's a fair question. I'm gonna go back to the last race of a dying sun.
Okay.
That's mine. So I'm gonna boomerang it back to you. What's your favorite track? We've listened to 4 and we just did a one-time listen.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's hard to beat Last Rays of a Dying Sun. That song is fantastic.
I bet you, if you and I talk in the afternoon,
Yeah,
we'd have a different number one.
yeah. But
I mean, but just the first listen, Last Race of a Dying Sun is a great track.
yeah,
And I, yeah, I'm gonna stay there for right now, but rest assured, we hang up and I'm gonna listen to this like 5 more times.
exactly. Yeah, me too. But I will say that Happy to Leave is like way up.
Yeah, it's
I
like fighting it,
love
isn't
that
it?
song. I love that song so much. And I was really curious listening to it live as a two-piece acoustic. I was trying to picture, even while we're there, at the Hug and Pint in Glasgow, at that pub, and I was trying to think like what does this sound like on the album version, right? And now we know. But I was trying to even when they were playing, especially the second night, because we had already heard it. I'd already heard the song twice at that point by the time we were at the second one, and I was really trying to think like what does this sound like with the full band, and I love it. I just love the production so much,
Yeah.
and yeah, and that when the drums come in and how the drums were recorded and the drums and the bass. Uh, so I don't know, sorry, I don't know. It's between those two off the bat, but Couldn't Stand to Be Alone and Sunday's Almost Gone. Those are both great tracks too. So um I just love what they brought as far as the guitars, the melodies, the lyrics on this. So yeah, was it worth waiting? It was definitely worth waiting, but it was hard, Soraya.
Very hard.
But
And,
like you, this is all I'm gonna be listening to for for a
and
while.
I will add this. The last song that we played, Happy to Leave. I want everyone who's listening to just picture this. We're in a performance space, but it's really the basement
Yeah,
of this space,
literally,
the
literally,
basement.
literally.
And it's packed. I mean, it's just people shoulder to shoulder, maybe about 150, 200 people.
Yeah, packed like sardines, and
Packed like sardines, and honey, we were all in it to win it. They Matt and Steven come pick up, and one thing I will say, hats off to fans in Glasgow. They start playing and the room goes quiet. Like you don't hear people like chit-chatting, like, hey bro, what's going on? Hey, I need a drink. No, quiet.
yes,
Where all you hear are the first strums of those guitars and Steven beginning to sing. And it makes your hair stand up. It still does.
yeah, that's what I was.
Because it was, you hear this voice, and at one point I looked around and people are just hyper focused on the two people on the stage. So you heard everything, every nuance, every word was every enunciation, their harmonies coming together. It was just their voices and guitars. That's it.
Yeah,
And it was beautiful.
it was beautiful.
And
Yeah,
it's a bonus track.
yeah, right. It's a bonus track. I'm glad you brought that up because that's absolutely true. Everything you said about that venue and the audience, and I'm just imagine I went to see Drive By Truckers at this place down in San Diego, the Belly Up, and they did an acoustic performance, and I'm right up front against the stage, and they stopped a couple times just because there's so much yip yapping going on in the audience, and they didn't even mic up. It was just acoustic, so the very intimate performance, and that band rocks. Drive By Truckers, they're known for having like multiple guitars, and but it was a very intimate performance, and they stopped a couple times and said, do you guys want us to play or do you want to chit chat? It's one or the other, because we can't even hear ourselves play up on stage, and I couldn't hear them that well, and I was right in front of them. But this was nothing like that. Like you said, like everybody was hyper focused on the band. I mean, they have the people that we spoke to in the audience have been waiting to see Rain Parade in Glasgow for decades, literally decades. So everybody was into it.
I talked to quite a few people who said, yeah, Rain Parade was here in 1985.
Yeah.
And they're all, and I've been waiting for them to come back.
Mm.
But it was seriously the most surreal thing I'd ever seen, because I don't remember being in a place where I didn't hear external noise. I just heard the musicians. And it was really impressive to me. And
Yeah.
then, walk up to this stage, and it's this little space, and Steven's voice just booms in this room, and it brings it, you know, alive. And then they kick into the rest of their set, which
Yeah.
Jeff and I are going to be talking about the shows that we saw
Yeah.
on a future episode. But
I wanted to also add that as quiet as everybody was during the playing, as soon as the song ended, you hear an eruption of
oh
cheer
my
and
gosh,
appreciation.
eruption of clapping,
Yeah.
hooting, hollering, the whole thing. And
Interacting.
then drum into next song, everybody quiet.
Yep.
Like everyone was trying to capture this moment in a bottle.
I
And
was.
just, I want to
Yeah.
remember everything. And I don't want to yap, and I don't want to hear anyone yapping. And it was really a beautiful thing to see. So,
Agreed.
Jeff,
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm greedy. I want the whole thing, but
I want more. Mas. Holy moly. This is a good start.
yes.
Cannot wait for this album. Can't wait to see them live
Yes.
play. And,
As a full band, yep.
do you realize we've pretty much spoken with everyone that's playing on this album? I think Stefan is the one that we haven't spoken with yet.
That's correct. Yeah.
But I cannot say enough about the musicians in this band. They are amazing.
Agreed.
So, mi gente, we hope you enjoyed this as much as Jeff and I did. We're
Yeah.
gonna go and listen to it like 1,000 more times. But mi gente, a rubiar.
Groove on, Paisley people.
I think I'll try not to cry this time. It breaks my heart to say the young man went away, doing his own thing, singing his own song. How will we get along? See her love, share your heart. See her heart, share your love. It happened down the street, a place where we would meet to talk about the past and how it never lasts, and how will we get along? See her heart, share your heart. you're